My name is Kenichi Tadano. I'm a 30-year-old corporate worker. I just got back home from working abroad after working there for 5 years. My coworkers kept matching me with their friends because I'm still single, but actually, I'm traumatized by marriage. 5 years ago, I had a girlfriend who I've been with since we were in college. Her name is Paige. Her short bob cut is her trademark, and she's a very lovely woman. Actually, my parents are what people call toxic parents. And they were addicted to gambling. After graduating from high school, I ran away from home, and I somehow managed to graduate from college with the help of a scholarship and working part-time. Despite that part of my life, Paige has always been there for me. Paige's parents are also very kind, and they treated me very well. I was happy with them. Paige's parents are an ideal couple. A mother who's always smiling, and a trustworthy father. Well, we're not really that, but actually, you're right.
Dad, you're really... Oh, but you know what? My mother might look all nice now, but she used to be... Hey, Paige, don't say unnecessary stuff. Yes, Mom.
She might look like that now? I wonder what she meant. Well, whatever it is, their family really is a very beautiful one. I went to their house a lot before, and I wanted a warm and happy family like theirs. Paige, when I finish my next project at work, will you marry me? I can't think of being with anyone else but with Paige. It's just natural that I ask her to spend the rest of our lives together.
Of course, yes. Let's build a happy family together.
Paige and I were living happily together every day. But one day, when I arrived home from work, I saw a silhouette of people by my door. To my utter shock, I saw my parents standing in front of my door. Wait a second, why are you here? How did you know I live here? My parents never contacted me after I ran away from home. That's why I assumed that we already cut ties. Huh? It was a piece of cake. We asked a detective agency to look for your whereabouts. We got your address before you knew it.
It's been years since we last saw you, and you look all grown up now. Oh, you're even wearing a suit. I bet you're earning a lot.
I agree. It was worth it asking a detective agency to find you. Bet you have a lot of money now. It's the first time in a long time seeing them. But that's what they said to me. Those two really are the worst people in the world. How much struggle do you think I went through to be where I am now today? I bet you don't understand my struggles, because you've been living your lives the way you wanted to, without taking proper care of your son. But there's no way my words will resonate in the hearts of these two.
Oh, stop talking nonsense. You have a job, so pay off our debt. That's the reason why we went out of our way to look for you.
I will not be giving you a dime. Get out of my sight! I was so enraged that I shouted at them. That's when my father said, "Shut up! If you don't want to give us money, then we'll pay your fiancé a visit. We heard that she comes from quite a wealthy background." What? He's gotta be kidding me! Why do they know about Paige and her family? I was so shocked that everything around me turned black. I know how dirty they can be, because I've seen them when I was younger. They're the type of people who will do anything for gambling. What? You know Paige? I beg you, please don't cause trouble for Paige. Please, leave her alone. Before I knew it, I found myself bowing to them. I'll hand over the $30,000 I was going to use for my wedding. So please, give me a break. I'm begging you. I was right. He has saved up quite a bit. I can't believe he's giving us $30,000. All our debts will be paid off with that money.
Great job, honey.
Celebrating the demise of their son, I had no choice but to look down in sadness. 3 days later, I decided that I would tell Paige something important. It was a decision I made after a lot of thought. For 3 days after I saw my parents for the first time in a while.
Is everything okay? I got your message about suddenly wanting to see me. Could it be that you can't wait for the weekend? Did you miss me?
looking at Paige with her big, bright smile. My heart was filled with tears because I was about to break her heart very badly. Actually, I couldn't say it straight away.
What's the matter? Yes, okay, I get it. You want to say that you love me, right?
Paige, I love you more than the world. But if I continue to be with her, it won't be long until my parents will cause trouble for you and your family. So with determination I said, but Paige, let's break up. I'm sorry, but I'm in love with someone else. Please, break off the engagement.
What? You're just joking, right? But why?
Tears started streaming down her cheeks. I left Paige in tears in the park, and I mustered the courage to never look back. Tears were pouring down my cheeks like a waterfall. The truth is, I wanted to run back to her and say it was just a prank and smile at her, but I couldn't do it. That was the last time I saw Paige. After that, I asked my boss to move me to a different post, and I left the country to work abroad. That's how I ended up working for 5 years overseas. I didn't contact Paige or her parents. A life without Paige was like having a hole in my heart. But the unfamiliarity of life abroad and the business of my work distracted me. Actually, I told one person about what happened, and I also asked him to keep me updated on Paige. My friend, who is also a friend of Paige, named Adam. He told me that at first she was depressed, but after a year since that day, he told me that she had a new boyfriend. I felt relieved for a moment. Instead of being with me, if she can be happy with that person, that's what I said 1,000,000 times to convince myself. Before I knew it, 5 years had passed, and I was now back from abroad. At present, I started working here again, and I'm starting to get used to my life here. But still, I can't get used to the morning rush hours. One day, while I was on my way to work, I saw a blind person at the station. For some reason, I couldn't get my eyes off of that person who was walking by the edge of the platform. She doesn't look steady with her walk. I wonder if she'll be alright. But then a moment later, the blind woman wobbled, and she nearly fell off the platform. Danger! In an instant, I found myself grabbing her arm as quickly as I could. While everyone was in a panic, the train arrived at the station. It was a close call, and I was able to save her.
I'm sorry, I'm not used to this place, so thank you very much.
When I looked at her apologizing to me, I was astonished. Paige? You gotta be kidding me. That's right, the blind person was actually Paige. But why can't she see? I panicked because of the very unexpected turn of events.
Are you all right?
She faced me with a curious look on her face. I didn't know how to respond, because if I said something, she might be able to tell that it's me. What should I do? As a desperate measure, I said in an octave higher voice than usual.
Oh my, you should be careful, you know. It's very dangerous, especially at the station.
I wonder if that worked. She won't be able to tell if I pretend that I'm gay, right? Paige looked shocked at first, but...
Oh, I'm so sorry. Thank you very much.
She then smiled and thanked me again.
You should be more careful. If it weren't for me, you would not be here now. Oh, I'm glad you're okay. I was so in character. I want to thank you again. So, can I ask your number?
Huh?
It's fine. No need to do that. You don't have to worry about it. But you saved my life. If you'd like to, how about we become friends? Really? All right then. Here's my number.
The truth is, I wanted to leave that place right away, But the longer I saw her face, the more I didn't want to go. Because even though she lost her sense of sight now, she was still the same woman I loved. After coming back from abroad, I have a different number now, so it's alright. She won't notice that it's me. So I decided to agree to exchange numbers. We started chatting right away that day.
How have you been doing since that day? Are you doing okay? You were walking quite unsteadily that day, but can you walk properly now, even when there are a lot of people? It's been 3 years since I lost my sense of sight, but I still can't get used to places where there are crowds of people. But don't worry, because I can overcome anything with a strong drive to take on challenges. Right. But if I wasn't there that day, thinking about it now, it still makes me feel like I might have a heart attack. Yes, thank you very much. But thanks to that, we're friends now. I'm so lucky.
Paige, to be able to hear your laughter again. I learned later on that Paige got into an accident 4 years ago, and she lost her sense of sight in both her eyes. I thought she was already married to someone new in her life, but...
This is my situation, so I don't have a boyfriend.
Paige laughed it off, but I bet the reason they broke up is because she lost her sense of sight. I had no idea what was happening in her life. I thought that she was happy. I feel sorry for myself for being so dumb. I can't imagine how difficult and lonely it must have been for her. When I think about what Paige had to go through, I can't compare the petty difficulties I had at work while I was working overseas.
That's right! I work a corporate job, but on the spur of the moment, I sometimes become my gay self. Is that so? Honestly speaking, I was so surprised when I heard the way you talked that day. But I somewhat feel at ease when I'm with you. It feels like we've known each other for years. Oh, is that so? Well, I'm glad to hear that.
I told her that my name was Ichiko, and we soon started seeing each other frequently, instead of Kenichi. I decided to watch over Paige as Ichiko. I will take care of Paige until she meets her true love. That's the least I can do for her after hurting her so badly. I mean, me as a gay person. A few months later...
Hey, Ichiko. My parents said that she wants to see you. They said that they want to thank you for that time you saved me. You will come to our house, right? What? No. Your parents will probably be shocked if they see someone like me. No, I don't think so at all, because our family is open to anything.
Oh no, if I meet her parents, everything will be exposed. I was silent for a moment, and that's when Paige said something.
I mean, Kenichi, when are you planning to continue this act?
Huh? Wait, what? What? Why?
I was waiting for you to tell me that it's you, but you never revealed yourself. Oh, come on, that's enough.
But why? Since when did you realize?
Since when? I've noticed since you shouted danger at the station. Also, of course, I didn't forget the feeling of the hand of the person I love. I was laughing inside when I heard your female voice.
What? Really? I can't believe you knew it was me all along. Why didn't you tell me right away?
Because I thought that you really became gay. Just kidding, I thought that you might have a good reason why you said that.
What? So what was all that effort for? A good reason? Because I hurt you so badly. I thought that I wasn't entitled anymore to show up in front of you.
Well, I have to admit that I was very hurt at that time. But I know you, so I thought that maybe you have a proper reason for doing so. Actually, after that, Adam told me the reason.
What? I didn't know. Adam never told me about that.
But you already had a new life abroad at that time, and I got into an accident not too long after that, so I thought that we were not meant to be together. I asked Adam to tell you that I already had a new boyfriend.
I had no idea. I'm such a selfish jerk. I didn't know that Paige cared and thought about me this much!
But you know what? While I was pretending to go with your act as punishment, I started enjoying it.
What? Really?
Oh, you're evil, Paige. If you've noticed, you should have told me earlier.
Just like that, Paige and I are finally together again. It's been a while since we both laughed out loud like this. Are we... Will we... How do I say this? We can start again as friends. I mean, is it possible to become friends again?
Yes, looking forward to spending time with you again.
A few weeks later, I visited Paige's house with her, and I apologized to her mother and father for what I did. Of course, they scolded me, as expected. Then her parents told me a very shocking truth. A few weeks after you were gone, your parents came here to our house. They had no idea that you dumped Paige, and they insisted that we pay them a dowry. What? My parents did that? Those two! I can't believe they did that when I begged them not to cause trouble to your family! But you know what? From them to come to our house where Penny is, they're such daredevils.
They are a very strange couple, you know. They didn't even say a proper greeting, and they were very rude and arrogant. I was so pissed off, not only with that, but also because Paige was dumped. So, I'm sorry, but I flared up with anger. I ended up beating the hell out of them.
That's right. I haven't seen her transform into the devil in a while. It was quite nostalgic. I fell for that side of her, you know.
I shouted at them, "The next time you wander around here, I'll make sure you never walk under the sun again." They were so scared that they were out the door before I knew it.
What? For those evil parents of mine to run away from her, how scary can she get? Her strength is to be feared. Apparently, both my parents have a huge amount of debt, and after that, they were caught by Mrs. Penny's acquaintances. According to Mrs. Penny, there are things in this world that you don't need to know. So I didn't ask any further questions about it. I'm sorry I went through it without explaining it to you. I thought I was doing it for you, but I ended up hurting you. I'm sorry.
Well, you better be. If only you talked to me about it, we could have thought of a better solution together.
You're right.
But after that, I got into an accident and ended up like this. So maybe it was right that we didn't get married.
What? Don't say that. You might not be able to see anymore, but you're still Paige. You're lovely and cool and pretty and fun. You're the best woman I've ever met.
Oh, Kenichi. I already forgave you, so there's no need for flattery anymore, you know.
It's not flattery. Paige, Paige, will you marry me? I will become your eyes, and I will be by your side forever.
Kenichi? Yes, I will be your wife.
Yeah!
Yippee!
Sorry about that. It's become a habit now.
Listen, Kenichi, don't forget that you have me by your back.
Yes, ma'am! You're foxy. I fell in love with you all over again. No matter what happens, I will never let go of Paige this time.
Thank you for watching! What kind of crazy people will we get to see next?